So in this video, we are going to be talking about how to use emotional freedom techniques, or EFT, or simply called tapping, and mindfulness to be able to help us sustain during times of intense uncertainty. So my name is Betsy Dwight, and I am a former psychotherapist turned EFT practitioner, and I have found emotional freedom techniques to be such a powerful tool in connecting the mind and the body. And when the mind and the body are connected, we are able to come into the present moment. And when we are in the present moment, we can start to think and see things more clearly. So if you are curious to know more about emotional freedom techniques, check out my link below to a free guide in which you will learn about what is EFT and how to use it. It's a really great resource for those of you who are just started or just getting interested in using the technique. So during times of uncertainty, it is really important that we have tools to turn to when we are unsure of how things are going to happen, and turn to tools that help us regulate ourselves. So these times of uncertainty are when all sudden change has come along. All of a sudden, the life that we thought we knew is different. Something feels big and different, and we don't know how it's going to turn out. So I can think of a few different times in my life where I have felt like everything around me was crumbling. Everything that I felt was safe was now gone. And I was almost grieving a life that was, or a life that no longer would be. And so when we find ourselves in these times, a lot of times what happens is we get stuck in our heads and we are thinking into the future about all the possible things that could happen or might happen or should happen. Or two, we're thinking back to the future about what went wrong, or in that grieving phase of saying goodbye to something. So when I find myself in these times of uncertainty, my mind often turns to this old famous Zen Buddhist saying, which is chop wood and carry water. And I will say that to myself over and over again, and to remind me to do this simple mindfulness technique during these really crazy, chaotic times. So what does this mean? Chop wood, carry water. So my interpretation of it is that before you reach enlightenment, you have to chop wood and carry water. And after you reach enlightenment, you have to chop wood and carry water. So no matter where you are in life, you still have to focus on the ordinary, simple, daily life tasks of chopping wood and carrying water. And it's still important, again, no matter where you are in life, to remain grounded and centered and focused. And so you tend to those simple daily tasks of chopping wood for the fire, carrying water for the soup. So when I find myself in these really whirling, swirling, uncertain times where I don't really know what's going to happen, and I know my tendency to be able to worry into the future, I remind myself to chop wood and carry water. And so what that means in today's world would be focusing on the simple physical daily tasks in front of me. So that might be focusing on just doing the dishes, focusing on getting my kid ready for school, focusing on getting ready and getting up in the morning. And so what this does is it keeps me grounded and centered and focused during those times when I feel like everything else is out of control. The only thing that I can control really is what's in front of me. And what's in front of me are daily, simple, physical tasks. So once you have gotten yourself grounded and centered, then, and this might take an hour, it might take a couple days, but once you feel like you are in a place of grounded and centeredness, then it might be time to move on to processing some of those current emotions and feelings that you are experiencing. And so this is when EFT can come in. This is when it's a great time to bring in that EFT practice, because with EFT, It helps us connect our mind and our body, which again brings us into the present moment. And when we can come into the present moment and process what's currently going on, we are able to look at the reality of the situation rather than, again, getting lost in our mind and getting lost in our thoughts. So I'm going to offer you an EFT sequence to help get you started, that you can use during times of uncertainty for yourself. So before I give you the sequence, I would like you to tune into your body and tune into a time when you have felt uncertainty. Perhaps it's something you're going through right now. And take a notice of where you're feeling that in your body, where you're feeling this sense of uncertainty. And tune into that felt sense and keep that in the forefront of your mind as we are going through the sequence. Okay? So coming to the side of the hand and repeating after me and changing any of my words so that they resonate with you. So even though I'm feeling deep uncertainty about the future, I don't know what's going to happen, and I choose to be present in this moment. Even though I don't know what's going to happen, everything seems to be crumbling around me. I'm so scared. And I choose to be present in this moment. Even though I'm unsure about how things are going to work out. I'm so worried. I'm having a hard time concentrating, staying in the moment. And I choose to be present in my body at this time. And then coming up to the inside of the eye. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm so worried about the future. I'm thinking about all the possible things that could happen. Going under the eye, I'm thinking about my past and what was. Coming under the nose, I feel worried about the future. Coming to the chin, but I'm grieving my past. Coming to the shoulders, I'm feeling stuck. I'm feeling stuck about not knowing how to move forward. I'm feeling stuck focusing on my past and grieving what was. Coming to the side of the body, I don't know what my future holds. This time is so uncertain. And this feels very uncomfortable for me. Coming to the inside of the eye, I can feel it in my stomach. I have a big pit, deep, hollow, empty pit in my stomach. Or maybe it's something for you. Where do you feel this? Is it in your jaw? Maybe you're having a hard time breathing. You can't take a full breath. I feel all of this uncertainty in my body. But I have felt this before. I remember feeling this as a kid. And right now my inner child feels unsafe. Coming to the collarbones, she's looking for all signs of certainty. She's looking for signs of safety. She's looking for somebody to tell her it's going to be okay. My inner child is feeling very worried. This part of me is very scared. She doesn't like it when she doesn't know what's going to happen. And I'm honoring this part of me right now. I'm noticing that she's very worried. And coming back to the inside of the eye, change is so scary. Change is unpredictable, so uncertain. Not knowing what's going to happen is uncomfortable. But I know right now, in this moment, I am safe. I don't know what my future holds. but I know right now, in this moment, I am safe. I choose to trust. I choose to be open to this uncertainty and letting my body feel the uncertainty. I welcome in this uncertainty because that is the reality. Come to the top of the head, and I know that this uncertainty won't last forever. At some point, that this uncertainty will be figured out. And coming back to the body and noticing if there was any shifts as you were going through those rounds. Are you still holding on to that worry or the anxious feelings around not knowing what's going to happen? If so, continue to tap. Maybe there was a phrase in there that really resonated with you. Just simply use that phrase through all of the points. So let me know in the comments what resonated with you. And please like, share, and subscribe to this channel so that we can continue to grow our mindfulness and EFT community. And I love hearing from you, so feel free to reach out. There are some links below on different ways to get connected. And I hope to hear from you. And I would love to hear what resonated with you. Thank you so much for listening and for being here.